So Dennis, welcome. And I heard that you're also studied with Academy of Entrepreneur. Also, you've been an entrepreneur since you're 19, which is amazing. And would also like to hear what you've been doing. I know that you are a director at the Department of Agriculture. It would be great if you can, give us a background on how is your journey and how is it going now.
Okay, thank you so much, Wella. Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, I started my journey when I was still studying in college. I went into business, and that business is still existing right now. So I went into manufacturing. So I manufacture paint, I manufacture finishing materials, and I manufacture clothes as well, like shirts. You can see my stores in the malls. And then I ventured into education, which I got from my late mother, and then I expanded it to other fields, and I went into agriculture. So I have a high tech farm wherein I use IoT, I use cloud, I use internet, I have dashboard analytics. So I even have robotics in my farm. So I produce fruits and vegetables and fish, using technology. Um, and I expanded also into trading as well, and into asset management, and into the financial sector. So, I diversified because that's my passion. I wanted to make sure that you know I I put up my dream businesses. So that's what I did. And now I'm with the Department of Agriculture, helping the government. I don't know until when I will be staying in the government, but you know I would love to serve more. Uh, Currently, I just arrived from a province because we also have the farmers. On my private capacity, those who were affected by the typhoon last December, so we donated several engines for the boats. So, you know, I was into entrepreneurship and agripreneurship, uh, for years already.
Wow, that was really amazing. I mean, going from one business to another, I'm pretty sure you can definitely share a lot of good things to our like viewers today. So I'm curious of like why does the world need more leaders or entrepreneurs in the agricultural sector, especially in the Philippines?
Oh, that's a wonderful question. You're the first person who actually asked me that question. One of the biggest, I think, one of the challenges and the biggest concerns of our farmers and fishers is their ability to market their products, to do business plan, uh, um, basically on the financial side, on the marketing side, on the accounting side. I think uh, these are the things that they lack. Maybe in the educational sector for the agriculture schools, they have to strengthen that. In fact, they have to start introducing already technology in the agriculture curriculum. Gone are the days that um, we are doing the normal agriculture, because there's what we call agriculture 4.0, the use of IoT, the use of big data, and so on and so forth. So maybe we can start changing the curriculum and expand more, introduce coding in the agriculture curriculum. It's very important because according to the United Nations, by year 2050, there will be 10 billion people in the world. So how do you now feed the 10 billion people in the world, considering that we are experiencing climate change? So because of climate change, a lot of farms have been, just recently we have been experiencing that, right? So it's affecting agriculture in the country. Um, there are less agricultural lands globally because it's being converted into buildings, into subdivisions, including here in the Philippines. So we have to learn to adapt and adjust based on uh, the demands right now. So you're talking of the reason why it's very expensive. Agricultural products are very expensive here in Metro Manila is because we get our produce from north and south, far north and far south. you know. But what if we produce our fruits, vegetables, fish, pork, chicken in in the heart of Metro Manila, wherein you lessen the transportation costs, you lessen the middlemen. In the Philippines, we have 3 to 7 middlemen before it reaches Metro Manila. And Metro Manila is like 20 million people, right? Okay, so that's given the issue of Metro Manila. But how about in highly urbanized cities, no, in the Philippines? So, uh, using technology. Sorry, I'm also in the restaurant business. I'm actually in
Oh,
my restaurant right now.
wow.
So, you know, I told you I have diversified, so I'm in my restaurant. Um, so, what I produce, I bring here in my restaurant as well. So it's really farm to table. And so, I use technology, right? So, with the use of technology, I think that we'll be able to address some of the challenges in the agricultural sector. I've seen a building wherein they produce pork or meat or pigs inside the building. You can just imagine if we could do that in the Philippines, right? So it's something that we can, we can go into. So entrepreneurs are very important because, entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs um, will be the ones to, if you notice, like the big entrepreneurs are the ones going into agribusiness, right? They have the big farms, right? And because they have resources, that's one. They also have the knowledge when it comes to the use of technology. A while ago, I was with Brian Koo. Who is Brian Koo? The very famous founder of Grab in the Philippines. He's my good friend. He was just here a while ago. He's an entrepreneur. He created an application. It's called Sarisuki. You can Google that. Sarisuki buys direct from the farmers and sells direct to the consumers. He took out the middlemen using an application. He created an app. It's called Sarisuki. So you can buy or produce cheaper than the prices in the market. He buys from the farmers higher. So the farmers earn more because he cut down the middlemen. And that is what the use of technology. Because he is a technopreneur. He combined technology, went into agriculture. He doesn't know anything about agriculture, but he went into the agriculture business. So entrepreneurs are very important to be able to provide us with the food on our table as well. So the more entrepreneurs that we produce, who will go into agriculture business, I think it's better for the Philippines.
I absolutely agree because I'd like to see a more progressive Philippines, but still, we're taking care of our agriculture. It's definitely growing. So I'm happy to share to you that we actually have hundreds of enrollees for this course, So they're enrolled into the course. The students who will be viewing this interview, who will be learning a lot from you. So, on my next question would be because at the end of the course they will be creating their own like business as well, which is related to agriculture. So, what is the tips that you can share with them when they're
Okay,
making their plans, when they're starting their thinking about
amazing.
what would be the best agtech business that they could do that could help our country or the
Okay,
Philippines?
first, strengthen your financial skills, strengthen your marketing skills, go into digital marketing, go into social media marketing. You know, um, these are some of the tips. Do not be absent if you have a subject in business or marketing, or
Agree.
why don't you enroll in AE? In AE, Academy of Entrepreneurs, they have a certificate called Winning Pitch, and it's very good. If you can pitch your products properly, then you can sell it easily. For as long as you have all these skills. So my very first step, but before you go into something, you have to do your research. You have to do your studies. You have to carefully come up with financials. You don't just put up something because you want to put it up. There has been a study already made, for those who wanted those who go into business, without doing extensive study or feasibility study or research. 99% they do not make it. So make sure you strengthen your other skills, your agricultural skills. If we have here people who are studying agriculture, I think most are in the agriculture schools, right? But strengthen your other skills. Try to expand your horizons. Gone are the days that you study agriculture and it's all about agriculture. No, it's not like that anymore. Globally speaking, education is not like that. We are now in education 4.0, and we are about to embark to education 5.0. And what does that mean? Like, I took up, believe it or not, I took up medical course. I never practiced my medical course. And I have an IT company, right? And that's nothing to do with my course, right? It's more of, I ventured, I studied, I took my certifications, not related to my course, because these are the things that will make me grow. These are the things that will expand my horizon. Even my business skills. You want to really sell a product or present a product properly, you take up acting lessons, acting classes. Then just imagine, business courses should start introducing acting lessons. Why? Because it's how you project, you know, how you project yourself in front of people. If you want to pitch something, how you make your voice louder or softer, how to look at your clients, when is the best time to engage your clients, even, facing, if you have like 10 people in front of you, how do you do it, to be able to sell your products and so on and so forth. So, if you go into if you become an entrepreneur, if you go to agribusiness, then you have to strengthen that skill. And that skill is not being taught in the in the agriculture schools, right? I mean, because it's not part of the curriculum. If you go to other countries, like in Singapore, if you go to Singapore Management University, in National University of Singapore, oh, they have electives wherein it's acting, and that is a business course. It's because they want you to learn, you know, uh, how to be able to present yourself with one person or with 10,000 people, So, it's something that they have to strengthen. You have to think out of the box. You have to be a game changer. Being a game changer, do not just think, okay, agriculture, agriculture, agriculture. No, I don't know anything about agriculture, right? But I I had to study in Taiwan for like uh, less than a month to be able to come up with my own digital aquaponics setup. So now I know the temperature uh, for the vegetables that I produce, for the fruit that I produce. I know the pH level. I know, a certain bacteria level, and so on and so forth. And these things I learned in like less than a month. And just make sure that if you want to do something in your lives, make sure you know, do not think ifs and buts. Just go for it. Grab the opportunity, go for it. But make sure you do your ample studies. You make sure that you do your research. It's very important. Don't just go into something wherein it's raw. or you don't have enough details, or you don't have enough data, you know. But I suggest if you go into agriculture, you have to combine it with technology. That is the way of the future. Yeah.
There. I mean, I've learned a lot. I hope our viewers have learned a lot from that because you've really given us very practical tips. And I'm pretty sure a lot of them will be able to take that and apply it in reality. So I really, really love that. And, just really go for it. I mean, there's a lot of things that we would want to do, but sometimes we just put it like maybe we'll just do it someday or things like that. But Dennis have given us like a lot of things to think about. So I'm also curious, how did you like when did you started becoming when did you started becoming so interested with agriculture and decided to get involved with the business?
Oh, very interesting. I attended this convention in the US, and twice. You know, there were two conventions I attended where they said wars are going to be created because of the lack of food. And I attended that first convention. That was like 2015. Sorry, 2016. In 2017, I attended another convention because they were already telling people about, agriculture 4.0. We have to introduce technology to be able to help us, when it comes to food security, food sovereignty. We're talking of food sovereignty already. So I got so curious. And then I visited the farms of my friends from Taiwan. I said, wow, this is like, ooh, high tech. And I met this guy. Uh, this guy owns the biggest indoor hydroponics in the world.
Wow.
He is Taiwanese. Um, you know, the sad story was he had cancer. Um, he was all, he was given 6 months to live. And so he did his research, came up with his own organic produce. He started taking his organic produce. He started producing tea made up of what he produced in his farm. So, he made it bigger and bigger and bigger until such time that, he cured himself. And that inspired me, because organic, you if it's organic, there's no pesticide, there's no,
Right.
fertilizer, and so on and so forth, right? Just like what I do, right, in my farm. No pesticide, no fertilizer. You know, so he was able to cure himself. And I remember because it brought memories to me wherein my late parents both died of cancer and when I was still very young. So I told myself, hey, it makes a lot of sense. He was able to cure himself because of, eating organic and drinking organic tea and so on and so forth. Um, so I asked him if, I can just stay in this building, just learn from the experts. So that's what he did. He taught me for 1 week, without expecting anything in return. He just invited me there, and then I met some other friends who really um, taught me on the skill side, how to transplant, and how to harvest, how to do it, in indoor farming. So I got so interested with that. And nobody's doing Agritech in the Philippines, right? I mean, nobody has done that. I'm the first one to develop an application with all the dashboard analytics with robotics in the Philippines in a farm. So I did that because my job in the Department of Agriculture is I'm the director for ICTS. So I told the former secretary that I would like to walk the talk. So I started developing my own, and so here I am. You know, uh, all my produce. I sell it in a store, several stores, right? In like less than 30 minutes, all packed, my packed salad is already gone in less than 30 minutes. So, and I need to expand, because a lot of people are now eating healthier and so on and so forth. yeah, that's the history why I went into agriculture. But take note, I don't know anything about agriculture. Seriously speaking, uh, except that when I went to Taiwan, and then I went to the U.S. I started teaching my friend how to do it in his backyard. And he started producing tilapia in California because of what I taught him. And he's selling it. So that's my history. So I'm into IT, by the way. I have an IT company. I have an IT team. So we develop IoT devices and so on and so forth.
Oh, that was, I mean, that was such a journey, but it's a beautiful one for sure. Because now you're here with us sharing everything that you know. Since you mentioned about the Department of Agriculture, um, can you tell us more about it and the impact that you are creating with the department? And also,
Um,
sorry, if I could ask more about the app that you created and how it's being used, that would be great.
okay. Well, for the Department of Agriculture, when I came in, because I'm very idealistic, right? I mean, from somebody from the corporate world who goes into the government, you will be shocked, right? Oh, wow. I was
I
so
could
shocked.
imagine.
The bureaucracy and all these things, right? So, yeah, I was really shocked, um, because in the private sector, whenever I want to transform something, I'm a disruptor. I'm I call myself an angel of change, an angel of disruption. Okay, these are
100%
new
agree.
phrases, new phrases that our audience will learn from me. You have to be an angel of change. You have to embrace changes. So when I entered the Department of Agriculture, I said, I want to make a change. You know, I want to make sure that people will be able to transact easily, ease of doing business and transparency, coming from private, right? So, digital transformation has started introducing, believe it or not, digital transformation, right? So you try to automate as much as you can. But there are a lot of hesitations, there are a lot of you know challenges doing that. So I started instituting simple but very impactful. I actually was the one who suggested and created um, an application, the system, wherein it's easier now for us to distribute our interventions to the farmers. So the money now does not go to the Department of Agriculture. The money from the government financial institutions goes straight to the farmers because we have created a QR code, voucher QR code, and a card. So we give that already to the farmers. So we download immediately the money to them. We don't hold the cash anymore in the Department of Agriculture for transparency and ease of doing business. For the farmers and fishers, they can get their feeds and their fertilizers very fast because they can go to accredited merchants. They will just show their QR code voucher and they can claim immediately. So that's how fast the transaction is. You know, um, you know, it's people will not think that the department is corrupt because of all these things. So we started doing that. So I try to automate as much as I can. The document tracking system and so on and so forth. Even on the procurement system, on the so everything is being automated now, and hopefully they continue with or without me in the Department of Agriculture. I hope they continue because at the end of the day, we want to show to the Filipino people that we are all transparent and that the money of the taxpayers really go to the farmers for its proper use. So that is my main goal. I'm very idealistic, Um, I would love to see our country grow because it will be digitalized. So it is a dream. I think it's going to be possible if we, work together. If we are all composed of very idealistic people, doing digitalization. That's why we have to be angels of disruption. We disrupt what is currently being done right in the government, and things will be a lot better. For as long as nobody gets left behind, no person is going to be replaced because of automation. That is the power of Industry 5.0, or what you call 5.0 transformation or exponential technology. So, you know, with the app, I develop it for our internal purposes. You know, I don't sell the app, by the way, because I have partners also in the farm. So I have two more partners in the farm, and we decided not to sell the app. It's for internal
Oh,
use. Yeah.
all
Yeah, but I
right.
post
So
it sometimes in my FB. Yeah.
I mean, for sure. I mean, we'll be sharing your social media details, and so our future angels of disruption will be able to follow you, see what you're doing, continue to learn from you. Of course, we've only just got 2 minutes, so one last thing. What would be your message to our future angels of disruption?
Okay. Well, my message is very simple. I call it angels, right, of disruption.
Yes, and
In
I'm gonna
anything
be
that
that.
we do, there you go. In anything that we do, we always think it's not all about the money. It's not all about, buying the things that we want in this world, all the material things. A successful person is the one who is able to make this world a better place for more people. If you will come up with something, if you will go into something, make sure that you contribute to the betterment of each and every Filipino citizen, of each and every human being in this world. You go into agribusiness because you want to make a change. You want to help more people, because if you have that kind of business, then God will bless you with more businesses, with more clients, you know with with a good life. And always remember that, you go into something, do not expect that, everything is a bed of roses. When you go into business, when you become an entrepreneur, always remember that there are a lot of challenges in life. A lot of times you will fall down, right? A lot of times you will fail. If you fall down once, you get up once. If you fall down twice, you get up two times. You fall down 10 times, you get up 10 times. You fall down a million times, you get up a million times, right? Because if you keep on doing that, nobody can call you a failure. Angels of disruption would mean that we will make changes to make this world a more livable one, to make this world a happier one. And that for me is the most important thing when you go into business. So, again, guys, um, be passionate with what you do, be relentless, be a go getter. No ifs, no buts, no excuses. If you want something in life, do it. Nobody is going to control your future except for yourself. You will control your future. Whatever you want to happen to your future, you will be the one responsible for it. So be passionate, be relentless, be a go getter, and most especially, be very thankful for all the blessings that we have been receiving. And with that being said, I would like to thank each and every one of you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me. I hope a lot of people learned from my talk and from my sharing. If you need anything, please let me know. You can follow me in my Facebook. Send me a message. Dennis M. Layug, Layug. That's my Facebook. You can reach me anytime. Thank you.
There you go. Thank you so much, Dennis. We really appreciate your time. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Bye.
Bye.